Then the rest of the week, it's still cold. Another mainly rain, possibly brief mixed precipitation set up Thursday. We'll try to keep it dry for the cats out at Kroger Field, but it could be a cold Saturday on the way as well.
'Tis the season, Tom. All right, a new study suggests people have no idea if they are being paid fairly. Plus, Costco gets ready to make and sell millions of pumpkin pies. Jane King has these stories and so much more. It's today's Business Report.
A pay transparency study found that learning your coworkers earn more than you thought can be demotivating. On the other hand, according to the Harvard study, learning your manager earns more than you thought can motivate you to work harder. Research suggests that most people have no idea whether they're being paid fairly, and that clarity around why certain people are compensated more than others is related to higher job satisfaction. Well, robocalls are said to be at epidemic levels. With health insurance open enrollment season underway, automated phone calls offering Affordable Care Act or other health plans are spiking and driving many consumers to the brink. California residents may have it the worst because its open enrollment period is twice as long as in other parts of the country. Well, fleece jackets are becoming a hot fashion trend. The Zoe report says they've gone from utilitarian to modern and fresh. While fashion experts can't pinpoint any one thing that jump-started the current prevalence of the cozy coat, it's always been about a connection to the past and a sense of nostalgia, they say. Well, Costco sold 5.3 million pumpkin pies in 2015. That's according to Costco Connection, the monthly magazine for Costco members. The pies required 3.4 million pumpkins to make. Now, the recipe has been the same since 1987. From the NASDAQ market site, I'm Jane King with your business update.
All right, Jane, thanks so much. Let's take a look and see how stocks are performing. Dow Jones Industrial again on a volatile ride downward, down 416 points, it's at 25,572. NASDAQ Composite doing the same thing, down 156 points, it's at 72.51. The effort to stop shrinking airline seats isn't moving fast enough, according to one top lawmaker. New York Senator Chuck Schumer says the Federal Aviation Administration should be moving quicker to comply with a law to establish minimum seat size standards for airplanes. The law was part of a reauthorization bill passed in September requiring the FAA to take action. It gives the agency a year to do it, including the chance for the public to voice its opinion. Schumer says the FAA hasn't established a plan on the matter, though the agency says it's working to address the issue. Well, Apple reports it's determined some of its iPhone X displays may experience touch issues due to a component that might fail on the display module. The company put a notice to that effect on its website. Now, Apple is reporting an affected phone may have a display or part of a display that doesn't respond or responds intermittently to touch, or even reacts without being touched at all. According to the company, it or an Apple authorized service provider will replace the display module on eligible devices free of charge. No word on how many of the phones just might be affected. A smartphone app can detect a serious type of heart attack almost as well as an EKG. The Cardiac mobile device from AliveCor uses a two-wire attachment to take an electrocardiogram that's immediately sent to a cardiologist. Researchers in Utah tested the app on about 200 patients who were having chest pain. The device was nearly as accurate as a standard EKG by identifying a STEMI heart attack, which can be fatal without quick treatment. The American Academy of Pediatrics is updating its guidelines on sports-related concussions. Doctors now say kids and teens should reduce but not eliminate physical and cognitive activity when recovering from a head injury. Research shows light activity, like brisk walking, is not harmful and should be encouraged. And most kids don't need to take a long break from school. And there's just about nothing a new parent wants more than their baby to sleep through the night. But a new Canadian study reveals many infants don't reach that milestone by their first birthday. Researchers found 28% of healthy babies were not yet sleeping 6 hours straight at night, and 57% were not sleeping 8 hours. And while night walking did not increase the risk of physical or cognitive delays, it did affect their mom's mood. Chris?
Chefs in Argentina set a new world record.